بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وبعد. When we think of the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, we generally translate it as the prophetic biography. However, this translation can be misleading. Right? If I ask you, tell me when I say seerah, what's the first thought that comes to your mind? You'll think about a book, right? You'll think about the sealed nectar, or you'll think about this book or that book. But when you take the word seerah and you translate it, it means something very different. In Arabic, sara yasiru means something very unique. We all heard of the term Isra, right? Isra and Mi'raj. Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi. The root letters are very similar. Isra refers to a travel, right? It refers to going somewhere. Not exactly the same, but very similar is Sirah, which comes from Sayr. What is Sayr or Sirah? It refers to a path. It refers to a way. And the best way of understanding this is imagine in this room, if all the lights are turned off and then you hear the fire alarm. Imagine it gets pitch black and dark in here and then somebody turns on the fire alarm. Which direction will you go? The first thing you're going to look for are those two exit signs. Because why? It's glowing. And even though it's dark, even if all the electricity goes off, those lights are going to be on because it helps you from a fire to find the exit and get out safely. That's the purpose of an exit sign. Seerah is very similar. Seerah is a path. It's a road. During our lives, there are many seerahs and many roads. But if the world is currently on fire and somebody turned on the alarm, the seerah that I need to follow is the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because if the lights go off, I can take the main exit. Or I can look for an exit this way, or I can go up these stairs. These are all seerahs, they're ways. But the way that I need is the way that's going to get me to safety as soon as possible. So the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a seerah. It's not only a book, it's a path. It's footsteps that I have to follow if I want to get away and get to safety at a time of fire. That's what the seerah means. So when we read about the seerah, when we study the seerah, sometimes, subhanAllah, you will see some videos of people whose understanding of the seerah is so phenomenal. You ask them any question, they will tell you on this day, in this year, in this date, in this time, this happened. This is the name of this person, that's the name of that person. That is seerah in terms of knowledge. But as I mentioned yesterday, seerah in terms of practice is when I'm walking on the path. I'm going to end with this example. Imagine right now, if the lights go off and there's a fire in this room, in the masjid, and I sit down and I tell you, mashallah, the color over there is very beautiful. The way they're writing exit, the E is really nice and the X is really nice. The dimensions of the sign is this many inches and that many inches, and oh, you know who invented. Before I'm done with my lecture, I'm gonna die and burn in the fire. Why? Because the whole place is on fire. I can give you all the information. Nobody needs that information. The information you need right now is how can we get to there with safety? And once we're in a place of safety, then let's discuss all of this information. Sometimes we're so fixated with, oh, you know what? This is the seerah or that is the seerah, but the room is on fire and we're not busy running to that exit. So when we read the seerah, when we study the seerah, instead of having so much information, we need to learn to act on that information. So when I read in the seerah that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he ate 1/3. He drank 1/3 and he left 1/3 empty. When he went to sleep, he slept on his right side. When he went to the bathroom, he would recite a dua. When he ate with his right hand. When he dressed modestly. When he went on his animal, he recited a dua. When he spoke with his neighbors, he was very kind and generous. Then if somebody asks me, what is the seerah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if I can list it out, but when it comes in my practice, I'm not doing anything, that's the same as this masjid being on fire right now, and I'm giving you a description of that exit and not going to the exit myself. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to practice on the seerah, follow the seerah and not just have basic knowledge of the seerah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all tawfiq of practicing on the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Inshallah, after the remaining sunan, we will have our weekly hadith session. We used to have it after Maghrib, but starting from this week, we will be doing it after Isha, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan.